I'm Devon. This is Couchsurfing with CSP, but this is not my couch. This is a corner of my kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a craft, and part of the craft is that I'm going to be a little extra vulnerable with everyone. I think we're in a really vulnerable time right now where strangers via Zoom are kind of being let into our home, or maybe we're feeling vulnerable about our anxieties about what's going on with COVID-19, or maybe we're being vulnerable by asking for help if we're living or staying in a concerning situation or relationship. So I wanted to show you what it felt like for me to be vulnerable with my crafting, which I don't always like to be vulnerable about. I like to make sure I've got it right each time. And this will show how I am reaching out to folks and trying to stay connected. And we can also talk about some of the boundaries of being vulnerable. Even though I'm showing you my kitchen and a different part of my house, I'm only going to show you one corner because I have a boundary about how much I want to let folks into my home. But anyway, for now, we're going to start our craft. So you don't need much. I just dug into my recycling bin for a few things. I got a little mushroom pit. What do you call this thing? A mushroom pit. I got a salsa jar that I took the sticker off. I cleaned it a little bit. I have an old coffee tin. And then I have a mug that doesn't match any other mugs, and I don't really care about it. It's important that whatever you decide, I didn't even tell you what the craft is. We're gonna make kind of like, it looks like watercolor painting when it's done correctly. This looks like they're paint at it. On some of these things. So I don't know what it's gonna turn out like. You actually can't really plan what it turns out to look like. So that's being vulnerable with the craft as well. And we're gonna make it with nail polish. And then you just need water, paper towels, something to stir with, like a pencil. I have toothpicks. Whatever you decide to paint, make sure it's something that you then will not put near your mouth. Oh, and this becomes not a drinking cup because this is incredibly toxic. Oh, couple things. Open a window because nail polish is very toxic and smells really bad and you'll start to get a headache. The best type of art, it's messy and smells toxic. Fill up about halfway because you're going to push into it, so you want to make room for it to expand. Fill it about halfway with like warm water, so just like warm to your touch, not hot, because if it's too hot the nail polish actually drops to the bottom, but warmish. Just for warming. Okay, so I filled my mushroom pit. I don't know what it's called. Container, my mushroom container. And then from here, all you want to do is just drop little bits of the nail polish in. And then it kind of just like creates its own cloud. It's pretty messy looking. You have no idea what it's gonna turn out like, but it's kind of fun. I'm gonna choose the nail polish that I want to use, and then I'm gonna pre-open it because you kind of want to go in relatively short order. I think I'm gonna use my salsa jar first. So I'm gonna use, I like the two blues together, and then I like to do something that contrasts well. So I'm gonna use the orange too. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, you should put down like tin foil or cardboard or paper towel, because it's messy. This is why we're in my kitchen actually, because I am an incredible mess. And if I did this in our living room, I would ruin our coffee table immediately. Okay, so I'm just gonna, oh, see? Oh no, I got it on the counter. Well, I'm making art on my landlord's counter. Oh well. Sorry, Angela. Okay, so you kind of want to do a light drop because if you like gunk it, then it's gonna be too much and it will weigh heavy to the bottom. Things are gonna get weird. Let's see if maybe I can show you what my quick art plan is. So I'm just, there we go. So I'm just gonna do little bits. Oh, well, see, right to the bottom. There's a little bit. Oh, and you can see it starts to spread out. Okay, come on, Blue. Oh my gosh. Okay, ooh. Ooh, there's that one. That's a mess. Ooh, there's a little bit more. I actually, oops, fine, oops. Oh well. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a little sploosh, splash. And then I'm gonna dunk my thing in. I'm gonna give it a spin so it kind of gets everywhere on it. And pull it right back up. There we go. It's a little hard to see because it's only focusing on my face. But, again, window open. Just some abstract art. Probably. I don't actually know anything about art, so I really shouldn't make... This is postmodern. But yeah, I'm going to try my next one. So what I want to do is I want to clean up what I already have in here. It's not that much because I got most of it on my cup, but you can see it picked up a little bit. Cleaned a little bit at the top that I might not have noticed. Okay. Let's see if I spill it on my counter again. Oh no. Oh, right on the counter. Oops. And then I'm going to do a little spray. And then, let's see if I can even get this can in there. It's not that bad though. I bet I could just continue to like dunk this at different points in it, maybe with the same color scheme and try to cover as much of it as I could. Or I could get a different water bin. Oh my gosh, why am I wearing white? And I could dunk more of it at one time. I've just chosen a pretty small one, so it doesn't really work super well. But yeah, you can see, it makes a really interesting watercolor pattern. Again, this is not a drinking mug anymore. Now this is a decorative mug. So that was a little uncomfortable for me to invite you to watch as I messed things up. So ugly. As I didn't know how it would turn out, usually when I do my crafts, I only like people to see the end result when I've decided that it looks nice enough. But I know that we're all in a pretty vulnerable place right now. But I still think it's important to recognize that no matter how vulnerable we're feeling right now, and no matter who is in our space, virtually or physically, we still are allowed to have boundaries, to decide who comes into our space, how they're in our space. So how they touch us, how, in what, spaces, like I said, you're just in the corner of my kitchen right now because I really felt the need to have that boundary for my own feeling of safety, of emotional safety. And so it's really important to remember that you still, at all times, no matter what, no matter with whom, are allowed to have those feelings of boundaries and to make those boundaries be known. Because most importantly at all times, it's what you're deciding is appropriate for you. That's consent, making sure that you get to decide where those lines are. And maybe those lines look different every day. Today it's really sunny out, so I felt a little lighthearted and wanted to show you a fun craft. But tomorrow when it's snowy and crappy, I don't know that I'd really be in the same mood to invite everyone into my home and into my craft in the same way. So remember that your feelings and your boundaries might change day to day, person to person. And that's really important in times like this and in every single day.